OneLife Suffolk are the free healthy lifestyle service for Suffolk, and we are here to support adults and children and families to sort of improve sort of multiple aspects of your lifestyle, really. So it can be physical activity, it can be sort of weight loss journey, it can be like a family weight loss journey, stopping smoking, and all of that is sort of under one roof and sort of free to access to obviously help you guys do that, really. So in terms of this session, and obviously why I'm talking, so I lead the Get Help to Get Active service, and the Get Help to Get Active service is designed to help adults who have a long-term health condition, which can vary from sort of diabetes to osteoarthritis or sort of fibromyalgia or mental health conditions. It can be anything that is, anything that sort of really stops you or impacts you from taking part in physical activity. And also, if you are physically inactive, so doing less than 30 minutes a week, we can help you as well. If you are doing more than 30, that's absolutely fantastic. And I really implore you to continue trying to improve that. I think that's a really, really good base level. But if you aren't doing 30 minutes, that's fine. We can help you obviously attain that. And if you are interested in receiving sort of more physical activity support to help you improve your activity, then please get in touch with us, and obviously we can do that. We all know obviously how important physical activity is for our health and our lifestyle, and again, not just physical, but our sort of mental health as well. I must admit, when I'm not active, I'm on a computer quite a lot these days, working from home. I feel as though my mental health decreases quite a lot. I start to get a bit more anxious, I start to get a bit more agitated with things. And I feel as though obviously even just getting out and going for a walk just helps me sort of feel a lot fresher and a lot more personable. I think people know when I've been for a walk or I've done some activity, because I'm more chirping, I'm more likely to have a chat with them. Whereas if I've been sat on my bum for a little bit too long, I don't really want to talk to people very often. So, obviously being physically active has that impact on a lot of people, as well as obviously the physical benefits as well. And if you are someone with a long-term health condition, being physically active has such an impact on your health condition that it can only improve it as time goes on. The service is not designed to fix health conditions. It's designed to sort of work along with your doctors or your health professionals, obviously with your medication or treatment that you're receiving. But if you speak to any sort of health professional, they'll obviously always hopefully advise you to obviously take part in physical activity. Now, what will happen over the next 8 weeks, hopefully you all will join. Hopefully we'll have new people each week as well. But each week there'll be a member of my team or myself who will jump in, and we'll just do again another sort of 5 to 10 minutes of a brief topic, maybe something like sleep or healthy eating or anything else in between that can help you with your lifestyle. And especially now, as we're obviously being told to stay at home where possible, eating healthy or being active can be quite difficult during those times, and especially knowing what is safe to do at home. And hopefully, obviously, me and my team will be able to guide you through that. When it comes to taking part in any sort of activity, just a couple of recommendations from me. I don't know if Master Lee will do anything anyway, but recommendations to make sure you've got plenty of floor space between obviously you and any sort of objects on the floor. Make sure you've got some water with you as well. It's obviously always important to have water during exercise. Make sure you've got nice sort of, comfortable clothing on and reasonable good footwear. Flip-flops are not advised, although I like wearing flip-flops myself. Taking part in activity with them is not the best idea. Quite easily trip over with those. And if you obviously are feeling like the exercise is too much, or you need to take a seat, that's absolutely fine. This is your time to take part in activity, and it's also always really, really important that you do what's right for you. And if you take part in 5 minutes or 20 minutes, or you take part in the whole session, that's entirely up to you. We want to make sure obviously this is safe and as effective as possible for you taking part, really.
Right, my name is Faye, as I introduced earlier. I was born in a traditional Chinese martial arts family. From my great-grandfather, who started our tradition in our family. We have been practicing traditional martial arts, Tai Chi in particular, and another energy art called Qigong for over 100 years. And for 4 generations, I was brought up and growing up practicing for myself Tai Chi and similar energy art, as well as Chinese Kung Fu, the martial arts. And the exercise I'm going to take you through for the next 8 weeks is called a sequence called Baduanjin. I will explain what is Baduanjin and what it means. Okay, so here is what we're heading, and I'm really excited to look forward to sharing the next 8 weeks to do mind and body exercise. Okay, I'm a founder and dean of my own Tai Chi school called the Deyin Tai Chi Chuan Institute, which is based in Shropshire, beautiful parts of the UK, in Shropshire, Telford, where I have a training centre. If after COVID, when we're free, COVID-free, to safe to travel, I welcome everyone to come to my training centre. Okay, and I also set up another organisation called the British Health Qigong Association, and this is dedicated to the health Qigong, the healing and rehabilitation using energy arts. And the centre of my training centre, which I'm also a founder and a director of, is called Chinese Arts and Culture Centre, where we're not only offering Tai Chi, Qigong energy healing, we're also offering language support to teach Mandarin, Chinese, English to new immigrants, help them to settle with their work. And we're also offering first aid course and any sort of support for our Chinese community here, as well as the social cohesion for the mainstream, our residents, the wider community. Good, so here is my brief background, my family tree. I won't take too long on that, but just to let you know, it's been within kind of in my family heritage and lineage since my great-grandfather here. He was born in 1885. Okay, and he had 4 teachers. In those days we called disciples. It's a bit like any serious study of a traditional art. We take discipleship, which means we commit whole life to study that one subject, one art. So he had discipleship taken with a number of great grandmasters. And my grandfather, who worked in University Hospital in Harbin, which is the northeast of part of China, as working as physiotherapist specializing energy therapy, we call qi. I will repeat this word many times. The energy we refer to in our context is called qi. And this is a special concept that is not in our English culture and vocabulary, but it's such an important concept. I will be explaining and reminding you what is qi all the time. So this is my grandfather who worked all his life and using energy as a therapist to patients in hospital. And my own father, who is a professor in the physical education at the People's University in China, promoting Tai Chi worldwide. So he's a bit like, because Tai Chi is quite mainstream in China, he's like household name in like football, in soccer game in the UK. It's something traditional games, and that he's such a famous figure, and that he's household name. I would like to take a moment to reflect with you together to reflect on what is health. And it's such an important time in the time of COVID and pandemic, and bring us to reflection back to the basics in the face of disease. Our human has been struggled throughout generations and generations. If we look at back to history, we have been fighting against all kinds of ailments and disease all throughout the civilization. And it may be worth taking a time just reflect what does health mean to us. I find this great poet from ancient Rome. His name is Virgil, and he said something simple but so great, so profound, that I think, especially now, it means such a lot to us. The greatest wealth is health. And throughout our lives, we are working and trying to achieve more in our careers, try to become successful in our studies, in our search for happiness in life. And quite often we do achieve a great deal in our work life, in our careers, and whatever that career is for you, being maybe a sports person, or maybe being a office based, or maybe accountant, whatever that career path you choose, you may become very successful. And quite often we feel success comes with financial award, and like material award, houses. We successful in getting build our own house, buying our own house, our own car. These are the things we usually associate with success. But in the cold phase of pandemic, we have to think again, what is a real wealth? Our real wealth is our health. Nothing, no money in the world can buy our health. And for a simple reason like that, it really brings back to home, to how important our health is for us. Understanding how the human body and the mind works and how to live a long and happy life has been the fascination since ancient time in all civilizations, and whether it's ancient Rome or ancient China. We are all, and we still are, the modern science and medicine, we're still trying to understand how our brain functions, how emotions affect our physical health. And pursuing and maintaining good health and happiness is the aim for all mankind and beyond countries and languages. And so with that bigger picture and aim, I would like to share with you in ancient China, the ancient Chinese wisdom, our take on life and health. In our Chinese ancient wisdom, we believe and we see there are three important treasures of life, and I name them and in a circle. The first part, the green circle, is called Xing, and Xing means the body. The body is the physical shape, from external, our anatomies, the hands, the feet, the body, the trunk of the body, the head, shoulders, hips, knees, legs, feet, and to the internal organs. This is all we can call the body. Although we can't see our internal organ, but we know they exist. We can feel it by pressing part of our body. Okay, so this is the Xin, what we call the tangible, where eyes can see the shape of our anatomy, the shape of qi. It is a solid, tangible form of qi. Okay, the second concept is our sort of a purpley blue circle. It's called qi, the energy. As I said before, the energy in our body that sustain us in life, And the qi is where we can't really, at the moment, the modern science hasn't had found a way to prove its existence. So we can't see the shape of qi or the smell or the color of qi. However, we can feel the qi. It's like similar to the different manifestation of water. The water, when it's solid, in the solid form, can be liquid or a block of ice. And when it's evaporated, when it's been heated up, evaporated, the qi, the water will become dispersed like a mist, like a fog. This type of no shape and no form, but you know it exists. This is the sort of qi that we talk about within our body. And qi travels in our body most of the times without our realizing it, but it travels similar to the blood circulation. And this is another very important concept in the way we understand the components and the treasures of life and health. So this is qi. And the next component, the big treasure, is we call shen, the spirit. In this context, our spirit, what we mean by spirit is not spirituality, but rather is our mind, how we perceive, and we perceive the world, we perceive and digest information, and also how we actually see ourselves, our self-consciousness. All of these, in another keyword, our mind and heart is in this concept. The concept is the shen, what we mean by shen. And also shen is a form of energy that kind of lots of electrons that running through our head. This is more of invisible qi energy. The three treasures of life, xing, the body, qi, the energy, and the spirit, mind and body, in some way, they're all can be described different manifestations of energy. And the energy, when they form into a physical shape, they are our body. And when they are in the mist, kind of a foggy shape, the state, and they are called qi, the moving energy. And when they're completely intangible, untouchable, is like in our mind and in our heart. And this is the invisible energy. So the health is in our Chinese traditional wisdom, the health is not a static condition, but it represents a fluid range of physical and emotional well-being that continually to subject to the internal and external changes, such as changes in the season and working conditions, and conditions like such as we're in a global pandemic. This is all external factors. Of course, it also we have to subject to the change of internal factors, such as our emotions, anxiety, or worry. So this is, follow me, this is how we see this, what we mean by health. And the energy, yin and yang, the self-regulation, and to achieve health maintenance. And this constant change and adjustment, the conditions require the adjustment of function of various systems within our body. And so it's a dynamic balance constantly from day to day, from our body cells replace new body cells, replace the old body cells in the modern science. So our body is on a constant dynamic adjustment to keep the yin and yang balance every moment to maintain a stable and consistent internal environment. So with that in mind, that throughout the Baduanjin exercise, it is that what we're trying to achieve is a dynamic balance. So everything is adjustable. If we are slightly out of balance, don't worry. There are things and steps we can make and do. that brings me to the next concept: how a healthy, or perhaps the word healthy is a broader term, but how disease can happen, the causes of disease. Broadly speaking, they can be external factors and internal factors. And I've put two diagrams here. The external factors include, like we said before, change of the seasons, or maybe you are in a bad energy surrounding. For example, you're around by pollution, air pollution, or smoke, for example. All of these external factors can make an impact on our health, and gradually over time can illness and disease can happen in our body. Of course, right now we are in a pandemic, so disease is all around us. So it's very well, real danger around us. That's why we have to stay indoors and taking measures as set out the guideline by the NHS. But there is also aspect called internal factor. And if you look at the right, the body is like a little bit like a tree. The disease only sort of grow when you have a root. What do we mean by root? All these roots that underneath is that we can't see clearly. But if our body, internal body, is strong, is in a good, positive, dynamic balance, then our body is amazing, very sophisticated, very impressive piece of machine, and it can calculate itself. It actually can produce enough mechanisms to combat and fight against disease and ailments, and to kill it in early on. So if you look in this angle, there is something that we can do, and in the next 8 weeks, including today, that this aspect is what we will be focusing on, to try and to strengthen ourselves, to strengthen the roots of our body, and so we are in a better position to adjust any challenges externally. Okay, and very quickly, this is some of the figures of how serious our situation is in. Not you don't need me to tell you, but just a quick reminder of the fact. A recent public health survey done by Public Health England has found the following: out of those being surveyed, 49% of population in adults felt the pandemic has made a negative impact on their mental health and well-being. 53% are women, and 45% of men says so. And out of the reasons people feel negative impact, namely anxiety, that's 46%, stress 44%, sleep problems, I think Connor mentioned that already, 34%, and mood swing, low mood, and you're generally feeling fed up and low, low mood, that's 46%. And surprisingly, or not surprisingly, the young people aged 18 and 34 are also reported, and they are very badly affected by the pandemic, and indicating 51% feeling more stressed and 43% feeling more lonely. And this is the situation that we are in, and some of these related factors I list out here. I won't spend time going through them because they are what they are. We are where we are. However, I would like to just paint in the pictures how important, even we are going through facing all these physical related stress or emotional related pressures or stress, like the stiffness in the neck and shoulders by working from home for a long time, tired and dried eyes, tight hips, for example, cold hands and feet by sitting down for too long, and sometimes leg cramp or painful wrists, and this is all repetitive strain injuries, we used to call it, or the back aches. This is all very, very real, but not to get too distressed. The reason is there is something that we can do, and this is why it's so good that we have this course provided by OneLife Suffolk, and to give us some tools that we can use. So now that brings us to what is Baduanjin. The name Baduanjin is a Chinese name, as you would have guessed, and it's originated in ancient China from northern Song dynasty, and that's over 1,000 years old. There are three characters in this set, in the name. The first character is called Ba, means 8, and the second character is Duan, means pieces, and the third character is Jin, means brocade. Now the brocade is a key word, is the finest and most valuable possession one could have in the ancient China. So the name suggests that this set of exercise is the most valuable thing a person could have to describe how useful and how important this exercise is. And you can see on this picture, it's set out by like a poem, the writing in Chinese, the poem. It gives you the clue of the function, the health function. Now, why Baduanjin? The Baduanjin is a comprehensive body and mind training. It's a series of self-cultivation technique of practicing gentle movement with a high degree of concentration of the mind, coordinating with the breathing and balancing the yin and yang energy, and nurturing our internal organs to improve the ability for self-healing. The self-healing ability in our modern term is the immunity, is our defense, self-defense mechanism. And if we build this stronger self-defense system, and it's like the tree, the body is like the tree, we have better and stronger roots to grow. And the second part of the why Baduanjin, briefly, it's deep-rooted in traditional Chinese medicine. I will be mentioning some simple but key acupressure points as we go through our movement. And these are all activation points for enhance our energy and replenish our nutrients, both internally but also emotionally. And this is the ancient system of Qi medicine, consists of exercise of the body, meditation, and stimulation of flow of Qi. I put here a chart, a triangle chart, which involves main three levels of cultivation. Cultivation of the body in terms of posture, and the next level is cultivation of the breathing. And of course, a cultivation of our heart is also very important. Heart and mind. First, the cultivation of the mind. This is the key requirement, reflecting the three key treasures. If we work on these three concepts, we can achieve better health maintenance. I want to point out here, before we stand up and move, is calmness of the mind. What does it mean? Cultivation of the mind. In traditional Chinese medicine term, the heart governs the mind. So when we calm the mind, what we really want to do is calm our heart as well as the mind. To be able to do this is to raise the awareness of our body so that we can listen to our body more in details. When we are busy, engage ourselves with daily tasks and chores, we have very little attention to our own body, and to listen to our own breathing and to allow the body to relax and to be loosened. And these are the key, what we can enter the calmness, and then we can keep in touch with our energy level. And quietness of the mind is not unconscious. I like to point out, it's not to say, okay, when I sleep, when I sleep is the calmness. It's not the same concept. The calmness of the mind is actually using our mind to lead the energy, to engage with energy, trying to form a motivation, if you like, for the energy to move, to guide. So slowly I will explain more by postures, but here just the principles to let you know. And the chi will move the body itself. So that's quite often we say, follow the flow, go with the flow. Where's the flow coming from? It's the chi, the energy flows. And why does the energy flow? It's because your mind guiding the chi. So it's all very logical. So here, the calmness of the mind is also a process of meditation, improving self-awareness and regulation, eliminating the external interference. Quite often our mind is very busy. We are hovering, constantly thinking about the next task, what we need to do next, the phone calls we need to reply, the email we need to get back to, the message, or the chores that we have to do. So our mind is so busy. These are the external interference we need to keep out and keep the mind and spirit calm, tranquil, and constantly cultivating the energy flow between the body and the mind. So here, that's what we mean by calming the mind. And here, the next part is the ancient books. The teachings are handed down from ancient. Let me just go back. The ancient emperor in the classics says, in the gentle quiet of nothingness, raise the true energy. And in the total tranquility of the mind, disease is prevented from entering the body. Those who read the Chinese, my Chinese friend can see the Chinese saying at the bottom. And now that brings me to the next important cultivation, the key requirement is number 2, the body. Now, cultivation of the body is to follow the correct body alignments in posture and movements. You can see on the right, I have 2 photo pictures for you. This is maybe resemble most of us, working from home during the lockdown, whether studying, schooling, or working, regularly like this. And the way we move and breathe, stand and walk and sit can all have a positive impact on the way we feel and the general health. And the conventional exercise like walking, cycling, running, all of them are good, but they are very excellent for the physical conditions. But the difference between our Baduanjin exercise, the difference is they are only mostly focused on the external, the physical part, and provide little effort on the actual condition, which is a mind and body, the mind aspect of the holistic approach. Good. And let me just, yes, that's probably, there's one more body I will take you through. The exercise today I want to take you to introduce you is to how we can stand with alignment, opening our energy gates. This is our, later on we will practice this movement. Now the breathing, talking about the conventional exercise and the key difference between our Baduanjin and conventional exercise is we pay a lot of attention to our breathing. And the breathing is the bridge between the mind and the body. Each cycle of breath consists of inhale and exhale. And in Chinese character, the one cycle is called Si, and this Si is the characters made up by 2 parts. The top part meaning self, the bottom part meaning heart. And so you can see in the Chinese word suggests the cycle of your breath is closely associated with your own heart, to listen and to be connected with your own heart. And that's what we, in Chinese words, we call a cycle of breath, the unity between mind and body. And smooth, the aim when we try to cultivate and regulate our breathing is to try to create smooth, long, deep, even and close, even breathing, and to allow us to reach to a no thought. It helps to close the thought, to concentrate into our body. Good, excellent. I hope you're ready to move now. And this is the benefit of long, smooth breathing. And it helps us to concentrate on the energy center, to improve the nerve system, improve the lung capacity, also improve, to relax the nerve systems. So here's some of the health benefits. Here is now the movement we're about to make when we're ready to stand up. I spent a little longer time today to share with you why we're doing it and the basic fundamental principles of how important this energy concept is. So I'm going to stop sharing now and inviting you, okay? Invite you all to join me to do some exercise. I hope you're ready to move. Good. Feel free, please feel free to switch on your cameras if you are happy to have some feedback.
All right, finding yourself a space and make sure you have enough space left and right, and one step forward, one step back. You have enough space, safe area for you to do the exercise. Very good. And now we take a moment to arrive on our spot in our space, feet together, and feel your body weight is spreading between both ends of the arch, the toes, ball of the feet and the heel of the feet, and your toes are spreading. That's it, nice and wide. Excellent. And now bring your attention to the crown. Feel there's a golden thread growing from the top of your head, the crown, and gently pulling you up. That's it. We are standing like a tree. Our feet connect to the Mother Earth, and we are growing our roots from our feet, and the crown is lifting up the sun, the warmth and the lightings of the sun, and grow and lengthen us upwards. Good. And hanging, try gently roll your shoulders backwards and feel your shoulders open, broad and down. Wonderful. Good. And soften your knees, ankles and knees. Soften, slightly soften, and peeling up your left foot and step to your left. That's it. Shoulder width apart. Good. So you imagine you're standing on a big number 11, a parallel. Good. And taking a moment to imagine that you're standing on a boat, and the boat is floating on a gentle river, and just a gentle soft sway. I give you a little bit angled view, okay, and feeling that sway, gentle sway from your feet and the boat, and giving a gentle sway to the body. Oh, Connor and Tom, somebody is in the waiting room. Would you be able to allow them in? Thank you. Right, gently swaying forward and backward, feeling the body weight. Yes, the body weight is now connecting to the ball of your feet and heel of your feet. Good. And we're stimulating and awakening our senses in our feet. Some of you may have been to the feet reflexologist. And there are lots of senses, energy, reflective points in our feet. So we can awaken up gently, connect our roots. And now we're paying attention gently, swaying and growing this flow with our arms like the tree, and gentle swaying in the wind, forward and back. Arms is like the branches of the tree, forward and backwards. Take your time, no rush. Palm facing up as you rise, and palm facing down as you return. Good. Swaying, and body weight comes back. Inhale. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale on the way up, floating up, and exhale as you're sliding the hands down. Again, inhale and exhale. That's it. Nice and smooth. You notice progressively we're growing the range in our hands slowly to your shoulder high. Inhale one more time and exhale. Smooth and long breaths. Change. Now from the corner, 45 degrees, we extend our palms out and embrace, gather in, and palms turning down to run through the cavities of the body. Inhale as you embrace, and exhale. Soften your knees as if you're sitting down on a high bar stool as you slowly bring your hands down. Good. Entering the tranquilness of the mind in your own time. Bring your palms down. Good. Rise. Raise your hands. Rise. Inhale big. And exhale. Connecting the palm, the center of your palm, to the center of your sternum, to the center of your chest. That's it. Open wide. Inhale as you rise. Exhale. Feel the center of your palm connecting to the center of your chest. Big circle. Keep going. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Long, smooth exhale. Running your hands down the cavities, chest, diaphragm, and the abdomen. Good. We are activating our energy center into the trunk of our body. Good. Now we're ready to move and opening the head space. Open the palms wide and to the side, extreme beyond your shoulders, right up high, feeling you're opening the body and extend, you grow tall and embrace the energy down through the crown. Open wide and arms and chest open. Continue to open up. Feel you growing your arms, lengthen beyond your fingers. Gather in. Feel the warmth of the sun and the glow of the light traveling through our body. Nice and warm, feeling the center of your palm really warm. And glow upwards. We're gathering this energy and inviting this energy, positive energy, into our body, through the crown, through the head, through the heart, through the tummy, all the way down to our feet. Rise. Deep inhale. And embrace the energy and almost travel and like a beam of light through our body, removing the stagnations, negative energy that's in our body. Along with that, remove the stiffness and tensions away out of our body. Long exhale. Last time. Take your time. Make sure our minds stay with our breathing. Feel you have long fingers, big arm, and reaching out really far. Embrace the energy in through the cavities. Excellent. And now we're returning. Energy connecting to our center. So the first center, I'm turning back to the front view. I would like inviting you to gather. You feel you have large air balloon and gather your arms in a circle. And from the side view, that's it. Feel you're hugging, air hug your loved ones. And so putting your arms around their back and the center of the palm, Lao Gong point, the center of the palm is connecting to the center of your chest. This is where the heart is. So feel that connections. Soften your knees a little. Feel you sitting comfortably, resting onto a high bar stool. And must be reminding ourselves it's a resting, it's not working, it's a restful position. And I give you the side view. Good. Slightly soften your knees. Good. And feel that you are resting. Imaginary stool. Good. And while we're in our mind's eye to scan our body, while we're in this standing like a tree position, we're scanning our body with our mind's eye, that your shoulders are down. You can gently wiggle your shoulder a little bit and move away any tensions and stiffness. Okay, and shoulders down, now elbows down. So feel your elbows is rest onto this large air balloon, and you are not carrying a pile of books or carrying a large suitcase. So feel your elbows as rest. That's it. So elbows down, restful onto this balloon. Good. And feel you are sitting again on a high stool. In your mind's eye, almost seeing the spine running down. And feel the tummy, the navel, the tummy is touching your spine. Again, in your mind's eye. And now, in your mind's eye, we're paying attention to our hips, and feeling the hips is vertically in line with the heels, and shoulders above the hips, and try not to lean onto the couch to the back or leaning forward to the table in front. Okay, well done. So in our mind's eye, we try to align the torso nice and straight. Good. Stay with our breathing. In your own time. Good. In this position, we are going to move in, side view. Bring your palms in, slightly in towards your chest, and sitting, moving your palms out. That's right, the two things we are doing. Right, standing tall without knee bending, and palms into the chest. 2, soften our knees, expanding the balloon. Good. Again. In and sitting down, expanding the balloon. Well done. And in and out. Fantastic. And now just separate your hands and floating your hands down. Well done. And roll your shoulders back a little. Good, roll your shoulders. If you're trying this out for the first time and there may be tension, stiffness across our shoulders because we're not relaxed enough, okay, gradually in our own time I will remind you how to recognize tensions and stiff. Now to give you a little bit more of stretch to relax, let's interlock our fingers and turn the palms forward and stretch to forward diagonal. Can you see here? So stretch and forward and back at the same time. So soften our knees. Okay, do the same. And if you can add a little more, we rotate. Turn the head to the side. Good. Well done. So 3 things together. Rise, hands back to the chest, and turn the head back. And 2, sitting down, pushing forward, and turn the other way. Good. Stretch. Bring your palms in again. Inhale. Exhale. Soften your knees. Gaze over your shoulders. Stretch forward. Last time. Slowly rise. Sitting, resting, stretching, and gaze. Well done. And rise. Now returning to the front view. Now we're ready to change. Turning the palms out and stretch up. That's it. Maybe my hands it's still within the frame. So go up above your head. That golden thread is pulling it up. Keep growing tall. Keep lengthening upwards and up and over. We're ready to stretch up and over. Feel that gentle opening from the side of your ribs. and easing out. And back to the center. Well done. Keep lengthening, keep rising, up and over, stretching to the other side, up and over to your right. Well done. That's it. An opening of the rib cage. And inhale, exhale. Bring your palms back to the center. And now we're going to try to flex and bend. Go follow your left leg, reaching down to your foot. Only go as far as you comfortably can, okay? So we go down towards your left foot, reaching to your ankles. Try to reach your toes if you can. Well done. You may feel pulling at the back of your hamstrings and calves, and these are totally normal. And just remind yourself to relax and breathe out to the sore and maybe a little pulling point. When you're ready, we're going to change our hands to your right foot. Now, make sure you do work within your own capacity. Don't force yourself. If you can't reach your ankles or toes, that's perfectly fine. Just reach to wherever you manage. In your own time, we're going to soften the ankles, soften the knees, and soften, curling yourself out. Vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. That's it. Curling yourself straight. And spread your palms round to the back of your waist. Okay? Supporting the kidney area, supporting and giving you a slight angle view. Now, we're going to do gentle arching to the back, the counter stretch. Your buttocks, try to squeeze your buttocks like this. Squeeze and lengthen the tailbone. And feel as imagine you have a tail, right? And invisible tail. Squeeze the tailbone and then extend your hip forward, and gently arch, keeping the chin by your collarbone. That's it. Well done. If you feel there's more space for you, then you can extend it to your neck. And otherwise, just stay here. Those who are experienced with this can extend it to the neck. In your own time, bring yourself out. Bring yourself with our inhale. Good. You may feel the stimulations across your kidney area. And this is the kidney meridians. When we say meridian, it's the energy pathways. Giving yourself a little bit massage if you are naturally have a backache. It's really good for releasing that. Okay, rest your hands by your hip and waist and gently giving yourself a little more of the hip rotation, because we have been sitting for 30 minutes, a little more. I would suggest, if you're working in an office, from home, it requires you to sit down for a length of time. You must stand up to give yourself a little loosening exercise. Well done. 好, good. Now we're just going to step to do our first treasure, okay, of the Baduanjin, 8 pieces of brocade. Okay, follow me. We start by feet together and remind ourselves the state of mind we're entering. Tranquilness, calm, quiet mind. Smooth our breathing. And ready, soften our knees and gently peeling your left foot up. Step in, transfer, centralize the body weight. And spreading your palms, arms spread with rotation. And soften your knees as if you're sitting on the stool. And hold embrace like a large air balloon, standing like a tree. In Mandarin Chinese, this standing like a tree we call 站桩. Shan Zhuang to my Chinese friends. Take a moment, inhale, exhale. Good. It's an opportunity to scan our body for alignment. And now sliding your hands down, interlock your fingers. Interlock the fingers as you stand up tall. Sending your palms up, pushing towards the ceiling and gazing forward. Continue to stretch with your palms and separate your hands. Soften your knees. Draw a circle down, floating down. Again, interlock your fingers. Rise. Deep inhale. Feel you opening your lungs, your heart, your rib cage. And separating your hands. Exhale. Sitting down, soften your knees. Again. We will repeat this 3 more times. Deep inhale. And long, smooth exhale. Soften your knees. Again. Remind ourselves while we're stretching up, we're dropping the shoulders down. At the same time. Good. And spread your palms. Long, smooth exhale. What we're doing in traditional Chinese medicine, we're opening all of the cavities in our body to the cavities in our chest area, heart and lungs located. Exhaling, opening the middle cavities where is our spleen and diaphragm, stomach, and our lower cavity. Keep going, inhale, lower cavity situated and houses our large intestine, small intestine, and all of the observant digest and nutrients to our body. Last time. Deep inhale. Release the tensions and stiffness and to awaken the energy channel in our body. Good. And in your own time, we spread our palms round to the back once more, sideways once more, returning chi to the abdomen. Good. Rest your hands, overlapping your hands, rest your hands into just the navel, the belly button, this area. And feeling the warmth of your palms in your abdomen. Vice versa, feeling the warmth of the abdomen in your palms. Deep inhale and exhale. And finally, we're giving this area a little massage. So keeping your hands on your abdomen and circle one direction clockwise 3 times and then back the other way. Anti-clockwise 3 times. Well done. And now sliding the hands down. And quietly shift your weight and taking the left foot in. Well done. Roll your shoulders back. Wiggle your fingers, giving yourself a little shake and giving your foot a little shake. If you're doing this for the first time, experiencing this for the first time, you may feel a little tired, which is again is a natural process. And to get rid of tensions and stiffness, we need to learn how to recognize them. Now follow me to raise the heels. We're gently giving the body a little shake. That's it. Bring the heels off the floor and giving yourself a gentle shake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and dropping the heels. And raise the heels again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and dropping the heels. Once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and dropping the heels. Well done. And now follow me, do a 3 energizing breaths. And take a wider, feel you have long arms, long fingers, and big open of the chest and arms going up, putting the hands together, prayer's hands, and swiftly and quickly breathe out. Go, that's it. Energizing breath. Another time, the second time, deep inhale, and go, that's it. Remove stagnations and negative energy. Last time, inhale and go. That's it. Doing great. Wonderful. And I'm going to come closer to the camera and see if you have any questions. Last 5 minutes. I hope it's shorter in the physical movement today. From next time, we will spend more time doing to experience the physical movements and less on the PowerPoint. Nevertheless, I still want to show you the keynotes for next session, what we're doing. Okay, I'm coming, changing my camera. How do you feel? Okay, how is everybody feeling? Please tell me. Okay. Is it okay? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. The pace going, is it too fast? Is it too slow? Or is it, can you understand my instruction? Okay. Thank you. That's very good. Okay. Any other questions and suggestions? Connor, you and Tom, any feedbacks?
No, I'm very relaxed now. So
that's fantastic. It's good.
Oh, okay, good. If you feel there's anyone and participating here have any suggestions, feel it's too easy or it's too hard, the more I understand where you are and how you feel, the better I can help your progress. So regarding the breathing, try to have your lips gently closed and feel the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. And that's all you need to feel now. And inhale from the nose and in your mind's eye, sending it down to your diaphragm and then breathe out through the nose. For now, just follow that guideline.